Hi, I'm Sofia Martinez, and this is the story of how my in laws learned that appearances can be dangerously deceiving. Sometimes the person you look down on today might own your tomorrow. A waitress. You married a waitress. My mother in law's voice could have frozen hell itself. She stood in her marble floor foyer, designer pearls clutched in manicured fingers, staring at her son Michael as if he'd just confessed to a crime. It was supposed to be a happy announcement. Michael and I had been married for 6 months, keeping it quiet while he finished his MBA. Now, with his graduation approaching, we'd finally come to share our joy with his family. I should have known better. The Martinez family didn't share joy. They wielded it like a weapon. "It's not what you think, Mother," Michael started, his hand tightening around mine. "Sophia is amazing. She is a gold digger," Richard Martinez, my father-in-law, cut in. He hadn't even looked up from his phone. "Really, Michael? I expected better judgment from a Harvard Business School graduate." The mansion's crystal chandeliers sparkled above us, each prism reflecting my growing discomfort. I'd worn my best dress for this meeting, but next to Victoria Martinez's Chanel suit and Richard's bespoke clothing, I might as well have been in rags. "Mr. Martinez," I began, keeping my voice steady, "I understand your concern, but did we give you permission to speak?" Victoria's perfectly lined eyes narrowed. "Michael, how could you do this to us? To the family name? To Martinez Enterprises?" "Ah, yes, Martinez Enterprises, the family's precious commercial real estate empire. 3 generations of carefully cultivated wealth and social connections, all apparently threatened by one waitress from the wrong side of town." "She probably got pregnant on purpose," Richard muttered, finally looking up. "Is that it? Are you trapped by some baby?" "Father," Michael's face reddened. "That's enough. Sophia and I love each other. We're married, and you need to accept that." Victoria's laugh could have cut diamonds. "Accept it? Darling, do you know what our friends will say? The Vanderbilt's son just married a neurosurgeon. The Chang's daughter married a state senator, and our Harvard-educated son brings home a waitress." She spat the last word like poison. I squeezed Michael's hand, remembering our late-night conversations about his family's expectations. He'd warned me they were elitist, but this was beyond anything I'd imagined. "Mother, father," Michael's voice grew stronger. "Sophia works at Giovanni's to help her aunt who owns it. She's smart, hardworking, and—" "Spare us the romance novel," Richard interrupted. He turned to me, eyes cold. "How much?" I blinked. "Excuse me?" "To walk away, name your price. Whatever he promised you, I'll double it." The room went silent except for Victoria's satisfied smirk. She'd probably thought this was the moment the gold digger would reveal her true colors. "I don't want your money, Mr. Martinez." "Everyone wants money, dear," Victoria purred. "Especially people like you. Shall we say 5 million? Tax-free, of course. Just sign some papers and disappear." Michael exploded. "This is insane. I'm not letting you buy off my wife." "Wife?" Victoria scoffed. "For now, but trust me, dear, this marriage won't last. Quality finds its own level, and she waved a dismissive hand at me, is definitely not Martinez quality." I thought of the documents in my office safe, of the meetings I had last week, of the plans already in motion. If they only knew who really wasn't Martinez quality. "I should check on dinner," Victoria announced. "Michael, come help me. We need to discuss this privately." She grabbed his arm, practically dragging him toward the kitchen despite his protests. Left alone with Richard, I waited for the next attack. He didn't disappoint. "Listen carefully," he leaned forward, voice low. "Martinez Enterprises is about to close the biggest deal in our history. We're acquiring Pacific Heights properties next month. I won't let some waitress scandal tarnish our reputation during negotiations." I kept my face carefully neutral, even as satisfaction bloomed in my chest. "That must be an important deal." $10 billion. He smiled coldly. "More money than you could imagine. So take the 5 million and go. Trust me, it's the best offer you'll ever get." From the kitchen, I could hear Michael arguing with his mother. "She's my wife. You can't just throw money at her and make her disappear." "Oh, darling," Victoria's voice dripped honey-coated venom. "Watch us." I stood up smoothly, straightening my modest dress. "Mr. Martinez, Mrs. Martinez." I called toward the kitchen. "Thank you for this lovely evening. I should go." Michael rushed back in. "Sophia, wait." Don't let them. It's okay, love. I kissed his cheek. I'll see you at home. Your parents and I just need a little time to adjust to each other. Victoria appeared in the doorway, triumphant. Yes, dear, run along. And do think about our offer. 5 million is very generous for someone of your background. I walked to the door, then paused. Oh, and Mr. Martinez? About Pacific Heights properties, you might want to delay that announcement. His face darkened. How do you know about the announcement? Just a suggestion. I smiled. From a simple waitress. I left them standing in their marble foyer, surrounded by their crystal and wealth, having no idea that their entire world was about to shatter. Because tomorrow morning, the board of Martinez Enterprises would learn something interesting. 3 months ago, through a series of shell companies, I had quietly become their majority shareholder, and I had plans for the family business that would make tonight's dinner seem like a pleasant memory. The next morning, I arrived at Martinez Enterprises headquarters 30 minutes early. The security guard barely glanced at me. Another invisible service worker in a modest dress. Perfect. I took the executive elevator to the top floor, smiling at the memory of Richard Martinez's words. More money than you could imagine. If he'd bothered to look beyond my waitress uniform, he might have discovered that I'd sold my tech startup for $300 million 2 years ago. But people see what they expect to see. The boardroom was already filling up when I arrived. Victoria Martinez sat near the head of the table, examining her manicure. Richard stood at the front, reviewing his presentation about the Pacific Heights acquisition. Neither looked up when I entered. Excuse me, Victoria finally noticed me. This is a private meeting. The catering staff should use the service entrance. Several board members chuckled. I remained standing, calm and steady. Actually, Mrs. Martinez, I'm exactly where I should be. I pulled out the chair at the head of the table, Richard's usual seat. Shall we begin? Richard finally looked up, his face darkening. What is this nonsense, security? I wouldn't, I said softly, removing a folder from my briefcase. You might want to hear what I have to say first. The boardroom doors opened again. Michael walked in, followed by my lawyers and financial team. Sophia? Michael looked confused. What's going on? Yes, what is going on? Victoria stood up, face flushed. Richard removed this gold-digging waitress immediately. I opened my folder, sliding documents across the polished table. 3 months ago, through a series of carefully structured purchases, Golden Dawn Holdings acquired 52% of Martinez Enterprises shares. As CEO of Golden Dawn Holdings, I am now the majority shareholder of this company. The room erupted in chaos. Richard snatched up the documents, his hands shaking. Impossible. We would have known. All major share purchases have to be approved by the board? I smiled. Yes, you approve them. Remember those small strategic acquisitions your advisors recommended? The ones you rubber stamped without reading because you were so focused on Pacific Heights. Victoria had gone pale, her perfectly manicured hand clutching her pearls. You're lying. You're just a waitress. A waitress who sold her cybersecurity company for $300 million at age 27. I nodded to my team, who began distributing more documents. I spent the last year studying Martinez Enterprises, watching how you operate, how you treat people. The waitress job at my aunt's restaurant was just convenient cover. Michael sank into a chair, staring at me. Why did you tell me? Would you have been able to keep it from them? I asked gently. I needed to see who they really were, without pretense, and they showed me exactly that last night. Richard had finished reading the documents. His face had turned an interesting shade of gray. This is about last night. Fine, 10 million. I'll give you 10 million to walk away. I laughed. Still trying to buy people off, Richard? Look around. I own your company now, but this isn't about money. I stood up, addressing the board. Martinez Enterprises has operated on elitism and exploitation for too long. Small businesses pushed out of their properties, employees treated like servants, a corporate culture of discrimination and harassment. I began my presentation revealing my plans for the company. Ethical investment strategies, community development programs, employee profit sharing. This isn't revenge, I continued. It's renovation. Martinez Enterprises will become something its employees can be proud of, not just its shareholders. You can't do this, Victoria shrieked. We built this company, and now I'm rebuilding it. But don't worry, I'm not completely heartless. I slid 2 more documents across the table. Option 1. You both resign with generous severance packages and non-compete agreements. Option 2. I launch a full audit and ethics investigation, including those interesting overseas accounts you think no one knows about. Richard's face went from gray to white. He knew exactly what an audit would reveal. You have 1 hour to decide, I concluded. Oh, and Victoria, 5 million seems a bit low now, doesn't it? The next hour was tense. Michael alternated between shocked silence and amazed laughter. I can't believe you pulled this off, he kept saying. All those late nights you said you were working at the restaurant. I was working, I smiled. Just not only as a waitress. His parents huddled with their lawyers, occasionally shooting venomous glares our way. Finally, Richard walked over, looking decades older. We'll take the severance, he said quietly, but this isn't over. Actually, it is. I handed him a pen. Sign, and we never have to see each other again. Fight me, and every skeleton in your corporate closet becomes public knowledge. They signed. As security escorted them out, Victoria turned back one last time. We gave you a chance to walk away with dignity, she spat. No, Victoria, you tried to buy what you thought was my dignity. But real dignity isn't for sale. Neither is worth. That's something your money never taught you. After they left, Michael took my hand. I'm sorry about them, about everything they said. Don't be, they showed me exactly who they are. And now they know exactly who I am. The next few months were busy. Martinez Enterprises, renamed Phoenix Holdings, underwent a complete transformation. We implemented all the changes I'd planned, turning a cold corporate giant into a force for community good. Richard and Victoria moved to Europe, their social circles shattered by their very public downfall. Sometimes I hear they've been telling people they sold the company as part of a planned retirement. Let them save face. I know the truth, and so do they. Last week, I visited my aunt's restaurant, put on my waitress apron and served a few tables, just like old times. A customer complained about his soup being too cold. Sorry it's not to your taste, sir, I said, smiling as I took it back to the kitchen. Things aren't always what they appear to be. That's the lesson, isn't it? Worth isn't in appearances or bank accounts. It's in who you are when no one's looking, how you treat people when you think they're beneath you. My in-laws thought they were teaching me my place at night at their mansion. They did, just not the place they imagined. As for me, I still keep my waitress uniform hanging in my office, not as a reminder of humility, but as a reminder that true power isn't in making others feel small. It's in knowing your worth, even when others don't.